Carina, welcome to Handpan Voices. Thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you, Phil?
Not feeling very well, but I am very excited to talk about the handpan, and maybe it make me feel better talking to you about the handpan.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I always ask people, where did you first hear about the handpan? What was your first encounter? Can you remember?
Yeah, I can remember it. It was about 10 years ago. My husband and I visited a big city nearby. It's called Erfurt. And there's a sightseeing attraction.
Yeah.
And there was a really nice sound. I
Yeah.
heard someone playing an instrument I didn't know that time. Yes, and I said to my husband, "Hey, let's come, let's go.
Yeah.
I want to hear and see this
Yeah.
instrument."
Yeah.
And then there was a man sitting at a bridge
Mm-hmm.
and playing the handpan. And I don't know what's the name of that instrument.
Yeah.
And I watched this handpan player for a few minutes, and I enjoyed it so much. Unfortunately, we had to move on quickly, but yeah, I couldn't let go of this instrument.
Why
Yeah.
did you like it so much? Have you worked out why you like the sound? Is it because it was new and you didn't know what it was, or what is it you
No,
like
I
about
think
it?
that it was so fascinating. What, yeah, magical sound
Mm.
it was. I think the tones and the harmonies.
You've been playing musical instruments yourself, other instruments. What other instruments do you play?
I'm playing alto saxophone
Ooh.
for a few years now. So there's a lot of melody,
Yeah.
no harmonies. I only can one tone, and of course a rhythm. As I was a teenager, I was playing a little bit of drum set.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Okay.
fun, but I didn't take lessons.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah.
I can play a little bit tin whistle, is an Irish flute.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, just a little bit more saxophone, and it's called kalimba.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a piano for the thumbs.
So you had that lovely first moment while
Yes,
you were, and there you were determined to find out what it was. Your search
yes.
started. Tell me about your search and how did you
Oh,
find out what it was in the end?
oh yeah. It was a long way. After we visited Erfurt and go back to my parents-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
I made my online search, but I hadn't the right words. So
Yeah.
I had the steel drum, but it wasn't the instrument I saw,
Yeah.
and it wasn't the same thing. And it was a few years ago I really found out.
Mm-hmm.
We had just moved to my parents-in-law, and there was an evening I saw a video of a German band that I really
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and they were playing a song acoustically in front of a house, and there was a man sitting on the stairs, and he also played the handpan.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
was so happy to see this
Yeah.
instrument again and to
Yeah.
hear it again. And I was falling in love again.
Yeah.
Um, and I immediately decided that if someone didn't ask before in the comments, what is this instrument called,
Yeah.
I would do it. But another one did before, and I had the name. And it
Yay.
was yay. It was at the evening, in the evening, and my kids already was sleeping,
Yeah.
and I was a breastfeeding mother, and
Yeah.
had interrupted nights and
Yeah.
short nights, and but I was searching for a long time this
Yeah.
night. Yes,
And you found it.
I
No.
found it. Yeah.
So you heard the handpan. You
Yes.
found out it was called the handpan, but then realized how much they were. And you were
Yeah.
also searching while breastfeeding. You found tongue
Yeah.
drums online as well, right? And
Okay. Yeah.
tell me the story about the tongue drum.
Yes, I saw the price of the handpan, and I looked for alternatives and found the Rafast
Oh, nice.
and internet site where you can figure out the scales, and they also
Yeah.
had some handpan scales, and I tried it out, and I always landed at the handpan. It
Yeah.
was funny. So I said, yeah, someday it will be the handpan, and I took it on the first step of my bucket list.
Uh-huh.
I was at home with my kids in the pandemic, and I thought, oh, I need something for myself and to calm down.
Yeah.
And we made the decision that I can buy a really cheap tongue drum from China. And
Yeah.
it was really nice for playing around and covering some children's songs and
Yeah.
let the children play that instrument, and it was nice, but it wasn't the handpan. And in 2022 my husband gave me a workshop for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I asked him if he was sure he really wanted to send me there, because after that I would only want to own this instrument even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the workshop, but the
Mm-hmm.
workshop was super bad. It
Oh.
was not what I expected of the workshop. I had so many questions. I wanted to know, how can I strike it? Are there some other ways to play it?
Yeah.
Or is there just one way? Which notes do I play?
Yeah.
And they always say, no, that's not the topic of this workshop. Feel free to play what comes out of your body, what comes out of your heart, what comes out of your mind.
So they didn't
And
know.
there's,
They didn't know, did they? They didn't know
I,
anything about it.
I think they know it, but they
Yeah.
don't want to share it with us.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, the workshop. The only great thing was that I was allowed to try out the handpan, different handpans.
Great.
Yeah, and of course, it came as a tattoo. I really wanted to have a handpan.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that course, they said the waiting times are long,
Yeah.
and so I decided they had a special offer, but I was skeptical
Yeah.
because they also said, "Oh, it's from Chinese, but
Oh.
these are good
Yeah.
handpans from Chinese. You can buy it. It's okay." And I thought, oh no, I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah. You have to trust
So,
you have to trust your instinct, don't you?
yes,
Sometimes. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it
yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. For sure.
But I still love that magical sound of the handpan, of the handpan,
Yeah.
and I was so hooked that I kept also that wish. I was looking for some handpan makers,
Yeah.
and at first I watched out the makers we had in that workshop, and I was looking for some German makers, or
Yeah.
yeah, European makers, and I found Mumi playing Nothing Else Matters. This
Oh, yeah.
video, I think a lot of people know this beautiful video.
Millions of views on that video, isn't there?
Yeah, it's
Millions.
so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm.
And I was, yeah, I fell in love.
Yeah.
And I was searching for Mumi, and I found out Mumi is also a handpan maker
Yeah.
based in Italy, in Milano. And I said to my husband, "Oh, it's so great!" And because
Right?
I also be a little bit feminist
Yeah,
woman,
that's good. Yeah,
and I was saying I want to support female
yeah,
handpan makers,
of course.
and I really like that she named her scales like flowers
Yeah,
or after flowers, and
yeah,
yeah, I was looking for some scales, and I also liked the way her handpans looked some years
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
because it was like a galaxy. Yeah,
yeah,
they were so blue and
yeah.
green and some purple. And I said to my husband, "Oh, I want that one. I want this one. They are looking so pretty,
Yeah,
and they are sounding so pretty as well."
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, and I looked around and made the decision for my scale, and then we chatted with Ale and Umi from Elaia Handpans
yeah.
and made an appointment for the next year, 2023.
Nice.
Yes, also, so there was at first buying the handpan online or reservation
Yeah,
for the handpan,
yeah,
and afterwards we decided to make our spend our holidays in Italy,
yeah,
and I make that appointment in May 2023. We were
yeah.
driving to Italy, and Mumi and Ale were also confused, because they said,
Oh,
we can send it to you. It's no
yeah,
problem. But we decided to save some money, and we wanted to spend that holiday there and
yeah.
visit them in their workshop. Yes, and it was so nice.
That's a lovely thing
Yeah,
to do.
we
I did
did.
exactly the same when I got my handpan.
Oh, nice.
We made a holiday to Bristol in the UK to get
Bristol.
my
Yeah.
Meridian. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How was it for you, Phil?
I'll quickly tell you my funny story, because my wife for my birthday booked me into the the intermediate no, which one was it? The intermediate handpan course.
Hmm.
I had made a booking to order my F2 low pygmy with Meridian. I turn up to the intermediate course on Saturday, and Duncan, the maker, said, "Oh, hi, Phil. Yeah, the build's going really well. Should be another 6 weeks to go, and then it should be ready." I'd asked for a picture beforehand to be sent to me of it being glued, because I was really keen to see it being made, right?
Yeah.
And so I did the first day of the intermediate course, and he says, "Yeah, it should be about 6 weeks, and we should be able to send it to you." Okay, that's great. Come in the next day on Sunday, and he says, "Here you go. Here's your handpan." And he was lying. He had it
Yeah.
ready
Oh,
the day after. Apparently, he does it all the time with people. He says, "Yeah, it's going to be ready in 6 weeks," and there he'd done it. And I was
oh,
totally in shock. It was such a lovely moment, and
that's
yeah,
mean.
it was good though. It was good. And so
Good mean.
yeah, and so I watched, like you, a song by another female handpan player. I love female handpan players. If you didn't realize, called Marketa, who plays the F2
Oh,
low
yeah.
pygmy. Yeah, so she's
Yeah.
playing this beautiful instrument. And so the day I got it, I got her to play that song that I watched over and over and over again on my new handpan. So in front of me, which was
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
So
Really
that was
cool.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So there you go. That's my little story about my Meridian.
Nice. Really
Tell
nice.
tell me about your story about going to Elaia Handpans. Tell me all about it. I would love to know. How
Yeah.
was it?
It was so nice.
Yeah.
We met Mumi and Ale. Um, these are two really great people. We were allowed to visit the workshop, and it was no problem to bring our little two kids.
Cool. That's
We
good.
made some rules, of course,
Don't
but
touch anything.
yes. just
Yeah.
mom's handpan. It's
Yeah.
paid
Yeah.
already.
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And we could watch the workshop. So Mumi's place, hammering and
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. And she also showed us her room where she has all the shelves
All the
and
shells. Yeah.
ready
Nice. Yeah.
handpans, and she
Wow.
also did already, and yeah, and she said my handpan was the longest.
Oh, yeah.
Had the longest day there, and she tuned it more often in
Yeah.
comparison to any other handpan because she
Okay.
had so many time
Yeah.
to do it.
She
Yeah,
put more love and attention into it than anybody else's.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
and in front of the workshop there was a
Yeah.
big um, tree, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
tree lost its leaves, and the leaves were very large, and um, the shape was looking like the side view of a handpan.
Yeah.
And my daughter saw this and said, "This is her handpan." And Mumi
Yeah.
cut the leaf so that there was a really it really was looking like a ding,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was perfectly the handpan
So,
of my daughter.
yeah. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So you got your handpan, you came home, the end of a lovely family holiday, and you thought,
Yes.
right, I'm going to go on a training course. I'm going to learn how to play this. Tell me, what was your
Hmm.
first experience in going on a course, or let me know what you did next.
Yeah. So we were on our way to Italy, and I
Oh,
asked myself on the long car rides, how could I learn playing the handpan? And of course, there was nothing nearby,
right.
near my home. I found out a German course in German, also so in the language German,
Yeah. Yeah.
but somehow it wasn't as the video didn't click to me. Do you
Okay.
say that? Does it?
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like I had arrived. And then I found on YouTube the David's Beginner's course as a trial version.
Yeah.
And I really liked the two different colors and the little ghosts for the ghost notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That catched me.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I also liked the way David teaches. It was so motivating.
So you were starting to learn the handpan, but
Yeah,
you also love telling stories, don't you? And you thought,
yeah, I love.
oh, maybe I can tell stories and do songs that with telling stories with my handpan. Tell me about that. Where does that come from, and
Yeah.
how do you do that?
I love, I'm a book nerd, I think.
Yeah.
I really love to read and hearing audio books,
Yeah.
um, and go in another world. Um, and I really like reading for my children and for other children.
Ah,
And
yeah.
there's a German sound story called Peter und der Wolf. Wolf?
Yeah.
Peter
Peter and the
und der
Wolf.
Wolf. Peter
Yeah.
and the Wolf. Yes,
Yeah.
and I liked that in school,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh, is there a possibility to play a sound story just with one instrument? Yeah, and there was the summer challenge at
Yeah.
Master the Handpan, and I had a really busy summer because my daughter started school,
Yeah.
and there was a lot to prepare. But I really wanted to take part in that challenge. Um,
Yeah.
and so I thought, hey, maybe I can do yeah, bring these two loves together.
Yeah.
storytelling and handpan playing. So I decided to make my first sound story out of the summer challenge. I really enjoyed doing this and wanted to create more sound stories. But there are very high licenses fees. I think this is a word, license fees. And if I want to publish it, even with no money for me, then I have to pay a lot of license fees.
Oh dear.
And
That's not good.
So I put it a little bit away and just play sound stories and create sound stories for my own happiness and for my children and for my work as a speech therapist.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your work. And you even start to incorporate handpan into your work as well, right? Tell me about using the handpan in speech therapy.
There is a German Christmas carol in der Weihnachtsbäckerei, in the Christmas bakery. I played that song the last summer, the last winter challenge, the last Christmas challenge at Master the Handpan.
You didn't sing it though. You should have sung it.
No,
as well.
I didn't. I really like singing, but nobody wants to hear that.
Oh, really? Do you
really.
not think? Oh,
no.
You're probably better
Everyone
than you think
says,
you are.
Stop it! Stop it!
Bless.
So I just sing for my happiness and for my children and for my children at work. So I like to sing for my children at work, and they. I also play the tongue drum and the kalimba and the tin whistle to bring it in my speech therapy. And it was the end of 2023, and I made the sound story of the German Christmas carol in der Weihnachtsbäckerei, at the Christmas bakery. And I played it for my child patients in the speech therapy. It was very nice. Yeah.
What did they say to you? What feedback did it give you when you played? Did they say anything?
It was really funny because the children, all the children said, "Oh yeah, it was okay." So nothing really special. But all the adults were saying, "Oh, that was so nice."
Right.
Oh, I want to hear it more. And can you come over for another time?
Oh, cool.
So that was the funny thing, I think.
So tell me the story about Maude, or Maude, as it's pronounced. How do you? There's quite a nice story you have about meeting up with her, don't you? Tell me about that.
Yeah.
You were going camping, and what happened?
Yes, it was last year, 2024, and we decided to go on a camping vacation in the Netherlands. And I was looking for someone to play handpan with me. And there was our first stop, and it was nearby Maude.
Yeah.
And I found Maude at Master the Handpan village, and I simply asked her if she would like to meet up to play when we were in her area. And what can I say? She said yes. And it was really, really nice. We meet up at the beginning of the month, and one day or 2 days before, Rosie and Amy gave us the challenge for playing together on a handpan. Magical. The universe is so great. Maude and I were connecting and meet up.
Amazing.
Had our meet up. And so we made that challenge, and it was so nice to play together on one handpan. I think we matched together while jamming, and our video also were chosen for the
Yeah,
student focus.
I
It was so
remember.
nice to see
Yeah.
us again and to hear. Uh,
It's
yeah.
because of Maud's hair, I think they chose. No, it was because
Mm.
it was a lovely video, and
And
you did really
because
well.
of my
Of
hair.
course, of course,
No,
of course.
no, Maud has really nice hair.
She
She's so
does.
lovely. My daughter,
Yeah.
while we are playing, my daughter made a drawing of
Hmm.
Maud and
Oh
me
yeah.
playing the handpan. It's
Oh,
so sweet,
is
and
it?
she also drew the long curly
Yeah.
red hair, ginger hair. Yeah,
It was
it's
lovely.
nice.
It's you
Yeah,
know what's so nice, Karina, is that you've had so many experiences based around the monthly challenges. It's just lovely to hear these stories that are
yeah,
associated with the monthly challenges on Master
yeah,
the Handpan. So let's talk a bit more about Master the Handpan. You know, you've sort of
yeah,
touched on it that you like the beginner's course, but what is it about the online community that's what do you like about it? Tell me how you feel about masterthehandpan.com.
yeah. I
Mm.
think the community is always so motivating, and it's so great to see the progress of the other students. I really love watching all the videos, and I really like the whole video courses you can get.
Yeah.
It's such a variety. Um,
Do you have a
yeah, and
favorite course? Do you have a favorite course on there?
I really love Maude.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I made some videos of her course. I really love Maude. I really love Amy Naylor.
And we also get together online, don't we, every month, us students,
Yes,
and we do a
yes,
live
yes,
student
yes,
hangout. I
yes.
love going to them. Do you enjoy going to them?
I
You're
love it. It's
you're always quite
also
busy though, aren't you? You're always quite busy.
yeah. I'm always busy.
What do you do when you
um,
watch the live student hangout, Karina?
I'm I'm a quiet, restless person,
Right.
and I can't just sit on the sofa and watch something. I need to do something. So my to-do list is always too long.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I decide or I made the decision what can I do while watching the happy hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was last year, maybe before summer or in the summer.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, maybe I can go in the kitchen and finish making my lavender syrup. And the next time, happy hour, it was the day before my son's birthday. And I bake the birthday cake and I think it was in September. I didn't do anything in the kitchen, and
Right.
everybody said, "Hey, Karina, you're not
Yeah.
in the kitchen. What's wrong?"
I love watching you in the
Not
kitchen.
just you.
I honestly, I know it sounds a bit creepy, but I literally watch you on your camera what you're cooking while they're doing the videos. I'm watching you baking in the kitchen or cooking in the kitchen.
Oh,
I don't, it's a bit weird, but I enjoy
great.
it. It's good. I'm sure people like it. And
Yeah.
Sylvan definitely
So
liked it because they asked you to make something in secret. Tell me about the secret job you were given or the secret mission, and what did you do?
it was the Christmas season, and we were doing cookies here at home, and I
Yeah,
thought, maybe I can shape the cookies like handpans, and I was quite happy with my prototypes.
yeah,
So I had some handpan cookies, and yeah, they wouldn't all be eaten at home anyway. And I had the idea to send some of these cookies as a thank you gift to
yeah,
David and Sylvain because they are doing so much for
yeah,
us. And yeah, so um, I just asked Sylvain for the addresses, and I said, I have a little surprise for you, and I want to send it to you and to David. And 1 day or 2 days later, Sylvain sent me a message and asked me if I can't, also as the chef of the community, would I like to prepare a recipe for handpan cookies? But of course, I said yes. And then so about shooting and editing a video for it.
Yeah.
The
Tell me
filming
about
was
that.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the filming was great. That wasn't
Mm-hmm.
much of a problem, but
Yeah.
the editing was so
Yeah.
time consuming.
Yeah. You did a really,
And
really good job on the video.
thank
When
you.
I was watching it live, we all got to watch your video when you were announcing it. It's such a really good professional video, Carina. Honestly, really good job.
Oh, thank
It
you.
was really good, lovely fast cutting and really good
Yeah,
facial expressions that you were doing. You were like all these funny faces. That was just really good. It was really good.
thanks.
You've definitely got a talent
Thanks.
there, I think. But yeah,
Thank you. I wanted to say that it also made us think about each other just a little bit more, also in real life, not just
yeah,
online, but
yeah,
in real life. And I really like that feeling. I also have the feeling of being friends with some of the people of Master the Handpan village, of the Master of the
yeah,
village, and
yeah,
it feels like I have friends all over the world. So
yeah.
yeah, really, really nice feeling.
It is a lovely feeling, isn't it? It
Yeah.
makes the world a smaller place. Looking ahead, have you got any
Hmm.
future plans with the handpan? Have you got any projects or anything that you're excited that you
Yeah.
could tell me about that you might be doing?
Hmm. So I want to learn this year. I want to learn more about record and sound editing while filming myself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
microphones and all of that. Because I'm always unhappy with my video sound.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, so this is why I often don't take a video or
Yeah,
I don't post the video.
yeah,
Yeah, I really would like to learn how to loop. This is a
yeah.
wish, looping. Maybe not this year, but looping is a great thing.
Nice. Yeah,
I also watched some of the videos of the loop course at
yeah,
Master the Handpan. Yes, and I want to play in some special places. I really would love to do that. Yeah, so in my hometown Magdeburg, there are these light sculptures around
yeah.
the whole city at the Christmas season, and I played there this winter. Of course, I love to do the storytelling thing. I haven't
Yeah.
given up this yet, and I hope that I can still find a good arrangement
Mm-hmm.
for myself. Yes, and last but not least, I would love to meet some of my handpan friends and make even more friendships all over the world. And I
Yeah.
would love to meet some of them in person.
Yeah.
And this year we are going to France at our
Nice.
vacation, and I hope I can get to Toulouse and
Ah, to the
visit
studio.
David.
Yeah.
Yay!
Brilliant.
maybe
Yeah.
it
You,
will.
you can
Maybe it
record your
will
first
be.
album in there, Carina.
Uh, no.
No?
Give me time. Give me time to create music.
Yeah.
Come on over, Phil. You can
Okay.
babysit,
Okay.
and,
No problem.
and then I can,
Yeah.
and then I can make some music.
Thank you for joining me on Handpan Voices, Carina. It's been lovely talking to you today.
Thank you for inviting me, dear Phil. It was a pleasure to chat with you.